It's always the
Hi, we're Pastor Dave and Dee Dee Thompson from Gateway Ministries in Golden, Colorado. We are actually Casper and Cheryl's pastors.
They not only attend our church, but you know what else they do? They conduct marriage workshops, they conduct retreats, and they provide marriage counseling for our whole church family. Very powerful and life-changing.
If we want a good marriage, you walk into that marriage because it's already a good marriage. You just have to walk in the way to make it a good marriage. It's almost as simple as that. The thing that complicates it is us. But we're the complication, not God, not Jesus. They got it all figured out. We win. Skip to the end of the book. We win. If you skip to the end of your marriage book, you win. The only way you don't win is if you put yourself in the middle of it. But if you get yourself out of it and put God and Jesus in it, it's over. You win.
You don't need to mad.
No.
You don't need to fuss. You don't need to fight. Jesus sees, hears, and knows all things. And he knows whatever trigger, whatever brokenness is happening in your spouse that may be hindering them. He knows when the enemy is influencing them to stumble, causing your spouse to stumble. He knows all that. So when you speak life instead of death, you will get the result of life instead of death.
We just got back from a couple of weeks ago filming and appearing on their TV show for season 2, Winning with Love.
Wow.
Their TV studios are in Dallas, Texas.
And what phenomenal facilities. They're just tremendous. Tune in and watch their TV show and make sure to have them host a marriage retreat or seminar at your church.
probably do this so you can see us.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to I Am Love Builders. We are your hosts, Casper and Cheryl Stockham, and we are so glad that you have tuned in with us today. If this is your first time, we welcome you. We're glad that you're with us. And if this is your second or third or fourth or fifth time, we're so glad to have you back. We'd like to give a great big shout out to our broadcast partners. Thank you for being with us. I Am Love Builders is a show that's dedicated to all things that deals with relationships and communication. We want you to have a marriage that is strong, fruitful, and we also would like to see you to become love builders.
Yeah.
We believe that once you become a love builder and you let the love of Christ in you and in your marriage, you will thrive and prosper.
Yep.
So, welcome and thank you for being with us today.
And if you're not having fun,
You're not doing it right.
No doubt about that. Hey, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Cheryl and I have a TV show in the second season called Winning with Love. It's on the Zandra TV network. First season was really about couples, and then second season we opened it up for singles as well. So you can get that on Zandra TV network, and you can download that on Roku, Apple, Amazon Fire, any of those platforms. We also have a lot of media services we provide through that network. So TV and movie production, we've got TV advertising, podcast promotions, you name it. We can do it through Zandra TV network. We also have a micro network. So if someone has a podcast or a documentary or whatever, if it's sitting on YouTube, we can put it on our micro network and get it even more exposure. Get access to over 850 million homes through Zandra TV network. Cheryl and I have a series of books. Our latest book was The Marriage Constitution, but we have Mastering Adam, Mastering Eve, Mastering Adam and Eve, and then Divorce Proofing Your Marriage with our first book. All of those can be found on Amazon. We want you to take the Love Builder Pledge. It really doesn't matter if you, um, where's that going with that?
Doesn't matter if you're married or single.
Yeah,
You are up for being a love builder. And so we want you to join in with us as we are building more love builders and take the pledge.
yeah, and it's really easy. You just go to our website. It's IAMLoveBuilders.net. Just click on the big banner at the top there. There's a button. Just click on that to take the pledge. It literally takes a minute or less. You just click on a couple check boxes and then hit submit, and you are in the Love Builder system. You're going to get some stuff though. You're going to get a certificate. You're going to get a plaque. You're going to get a customized badge that you can put on social media if you want. You're also going to get a personalized message from Cheryl and myself. Just a great way to share the love message with folks. You really want to join our MVP Love Hub. It's a Facebook group that's growing. There's like close to 500 members of the group right now, and that group is growing. We post a lot of great materials for couples and singles in that Facebook group. And we have an MVP Love Hub. If you really want to take your marriage or relationship to the next level, you want to join the Love Hub because we put even more materials in there, and it links everything that we do together. The TV show, the podcast, we've got surveys and quizzes and training videos. We have a ton of training videos in the Love Hub, so you want to take advantage of that. Our sponsors for the show are Miracle Pay. They do POS. They have a POS system that allows for you to use crypto at the point of sale. So crypto as you're buying your goods and services. They are mainly overseas, but we have another one called Nectar Pay, and they are mainly in the US. So we have two ways for you to purchase your products and services using your crypto. And then we have a new sponsor called Spear. Was it Spear Rocket? Spear. Can you see it?
No, I can't.
They're brand new. And I apologize for stuff. Spear Rocket. They do virtual assistants. So if you're a medium-sized to small business, you can connect up with them, and they can get you a virtual assistant to help you in the menial tasks for your business. So instead of you working in your business, you could be working on your business because your virtual assistant will be doing all those things like posting on social media, doing follow-up calls and follow-up emails, things like that. Super excited about them as well. All right. So this is our first live show for the past 2 weeks.
2 weeks has been longer than 2 weeks, hasn't it?
Has been, no, I think, yeah, something like that. But we were
3 weeks.
Yeah, we were out of town. My youngest daughter got married.
Yay.
Yeah, so she married an awesome young man. So we went out to Columbus, Ohio for the wedding.
By way of St. Louis.
By way of St.
Stop
Louis.
in and say hi to my mom and sisters.
Yeah.
So it was a good trip.
It was a good trip.
A long trip, but it was a good trip.
It was a good trip. But we are back live. We have some MVP guests with us in studio. So we're going to be pulling them up here after this first break, and then we're going to unpack their relationship. And they have a great relationship and a great business we're going to be talking about. And we're excited that they are with us. You are watching I Am Love Builder Show with Casper and Cheryl. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back in just a moment. All right, having some fun with a little AI going on. Love those suits and stuff. We got to get those suits.
Our superhero costume.
Yeah, and then tighten up. Yeah.
Yes, they make you lose weight and you look, slim and trim and hot.
Yeah, 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 all that. So we're going to bring on our special MVP guest in studio with us. We have Jake and Wendy. Now, pronounce your last name for us.
Hushon, like cushion
Hushon.
without the C.
Okay, Hushon. Got it. Got it. So welcome, guys, to the I Am Love Builder show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we are a relationship show. We're going to dive right in and talk about a lot of stuff, but we want to hear about how you guys met. I mean, tell us about that love story.
You want to start?
You can.
Okay. Well, let's see. We actually have a kind of a crazy geographical story as part of our history. But when we met, I lived in Nebraska. He lived in Wisconsin. I'm from Kansas. He's from Pennsylvania. So we're all over the place. But I actually knew his brother first, and I worked with him at a company that was based out of Milwaukee. I was visiting for our company Christmas party, and he came to pick his brother up from the Christmas party. So he was his ride home, and we met. And our mutual friends, including his brother, said, "Oh yeah, this is a good idea. You two should meet each other." So it was one of those, really one of those God things that if we ever would have met prior to that, I'm pretty certain it wouldn't have worked out. But it was the right place at the right time, and then just kind of went from there.
So how long did you guys date before you decided that this was going to be your lifelong love partner?
I mean, I would jump in one time here because we dated maybe for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. And Wendy was like, well, I'm like 28 or 29. We were in our late 20s. And she's like, if this really isn't going to go anywhere, then you're going to have to make that decision, here pretty quickly because we're not getting any younger. So
we can
relate to that. Very blunt. I appreciate the, upfront of it, but clearly it went somewhere.
Yeah.
So are you a man of decisions, Jake? Did it take you long to decide?
I don't think, no. I mean, after she laid that one out, I thought about it and, not very long. And not very long.
And so from 4 to 5 months of dating and getting engaged and married, you now have been married for how long?
Well, I have to, one thing though. So I moved up to Wisconsin and we dated for a long time. I don't know, not that long, but it was like
a little over a year.
8 months or 9 months.
Okay.
He asked my dad if he could marry me, which that's great. That was all good. But he didn't tell my dad that he wasn't going to ask me right away. So then
I didn't have a ring yet. So, okay.
So he asked at Christmas time. And then in January, my grandmother passed away. So I'm at the funeral and he's not even there. And all of these people are congratulating me on getting engaged. And I'm like, well, actually, I'm because he hasn't asked me yet.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So in March, we did get engaged.
Finally, after, months of saying, well, I guess he intends to at some point.
So Dad was kind of spreading. Your dad was kind of spreading the word.
Yeah.
He was pretty excited. I mean, when I asked him, he said, seriously? And I was like, yeah, I think so. Yeah. He's a good sport about it. Yeah. And then I sent Wendy to do her own, like every man should. I sent Wendy to do her own ring shopping. I was like, well, I'm a guy. I know nothing about jewelry. And so I was like, why don't you just go pick like 12 and then it'll be a surprise. She picked 3, and so, she didn't know which one, but at least I knew she was going to like it.
That's that's a good way to do that.
Yeah. 12 would have been a little much, I think.
Excessive.
Yeah. Even the jeweler told me, she's like, seriously, we're not doing 12.
Let's do 3. How about 3?
Yeah. Yes, leave the suspense a little bit.
Right.
Because she did. And then, truth be told, I mean, this is just how I operate. There were 3, and 2 I thought were really nice. And the one I was like, oh, this thing's terrible. Like, is this like a test to make sure I won't take the bad one? So thankfully I left that one there. And she did say she actually liked it, which I would honestly was shocking.
Well, very good. And so now, how long have you guys been married?
So we got married. So we've been married for, I guess, 12 years. Had our first son in 2019. We still lived in Wisconsin at the time, but we figured out, 2016.
He's going to turn 10 soon.
His birthday's
this is a lot for us. Double digits.
Sorry, his birthday's the 19th.
Yeah.
We figured out real fast it was very hard to be away from all the grandparents since they were spread apart. So we decided we were going to move, and Pennsylvania won out because both of us could keep our jobs. And Jake's family is more concentrated here. Mine's kind of spread out. So we moved back this way and had our second son in 2020. That is correct.
Yes.
So now we have two little boys that are 6 and will be 10 in a few weeks.
Oh, very good. And when is your wedding anniversary?
May 23rd.
Yes. 23rd. Yes.
Did you know that, Jay?
Yes. Yes, okay. I did.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something in our house that tells me it's okay. Just in case I lose it. In case I lose it, yes.
So what did you guys learn about each other in that time frame of
12 years.
12 years.
That it becomes a lot harder when you become parents.
Well, yeah.
We agree with that.
Yeah.
I also thought we did a good job, like right away when Toby was born. We would, purposely take some trips. We would have a grandparent. We had some, and we would make sure we did something on our own or with some friends over a weekend. And then you get 2, and then it's, that's double. And, it seemed a little more difficult to pull that off than when we did, with just one child.
Sure. Yeah. Now, Toby's the oldest?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely gets harder. One of the things we find with couples with children is that, and it's not a bad thing. It's just a lot of times couples put so much into the kids, into just everything, the sports and whatever. And when the kids are grown, and then the couples look at each other and say, I don't even know you. Who are you? Because they just so it's super important to do what you're doing as much as you can. It's tough, like you're saying, but it's important to make sure that you spend that time, right?
Absolutely. It's a work in progress, and it's not always easy, but we're definitely trying to make that a priority for sure. But there's also times when, our last couple of vacations that we've gone away, we think, well, it actually would be fun to do this with our kids. So, trying to have that balance between doing things together and still. But I put lunch on the calendar for us together to go have lunch together on Friday. So,
that's
good.
That's super
it's
important.
good. It's good to schedule a meeting.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to take a quick break. You are watching I Am Love Builder Show with Casper and Cheryl and our special MVP guests in studio, Jake and Wendy Hushon.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Let's rewind thousands of years to a time before money existed. How did people pay? A sack of wheat? Some heavy metal? Or maybe a live chicken? Trying to fit a chicken in your wallet? Not ideal. Luckily, financial revolutions followed one another, bringing us to the present day. And today, a new revolution begins. Miracle Pay. So, what is Miracle Pay? It's your innovative, secure, and transparent way to accept payments in any cryptocurrency. Why blockchain? Because it's decentralized. No more bank bureaucracy, no more endless paperwork. And security? It's not controlled by a few guys in a suit. It's secured by hundreds of millions of people across thousands of nodes worldwide. With Miracle Pay, you can get paid anywhere. Whether you're selling ice cream on a glacier in Alaska or selling hot tea in the middle of the Sinai Desert, we might question your business model, but never your payment system. 24/7 security, 99.9% uptime, and support for over 100 wallets. Miracle Pay is your trusted blockchain partner. Join Miracle Pay today. Integrate the future of payments into your business right now.
All right, we are back with the I Am Love Builder show with Casper and Cheryl. We have our special MVP guests in studio with us, Jake and Wendy. So, guys, are both of you working full time?
No, I had a corporate job until, I guess, end of 2023. I was in a global marketing and communications position, traveling around the world, and I enjoyed it, but that just became harder with two little ones at home. And I just wasn't loving the travel anymore, and it wasn't feeling like it was filling my cup and fulfilling my purpose in life. So I took a left turn into entrepreneurship. Wasn't totally prepared for that, but that's okay. We figure it out and we learn as we go.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I got a full-time job. I work in the dairy cattle genetics industry. So probably one of your first guests to do that. My father was a third generation dairy farmer. So when I got out of school, I had some internships, and the genetics end always, seemed to appeal to me. And I'm the U.S. sales manager for a small company, and my territory is half the country. And then my coworker has the other half. So I'm in a hotel probably 75, 80 nights a year, doing work travel, sales travel. So it does provide challenges. I work from home when I'm not on the road. So there is the uniqueness of, there I am gone. But also when I'm here, I'm more here than somebody who's working a 9 to 5. So
Sure.
It balances out. But yeah, I've had a travel job since I was out of college, and now we're 20 years down the road.
I have a dairy question.
Yeah.
Because I've always had not always. As an adult, I had problem drinking milk, right? Because of, stored milk, I should say, because of all the stuff they do to it before it actually gets right to the store. But then I found out that, because we are connected with a natural farmers
Co-op.
They
have their own farm, and so we get our products from them.
Like raw milk, right?
Yeah, it's called Longmont Dairy, and I notice now that I can drink their milk no problem. So why is that?
I mean, there's probably two ways. I mean, it's also like your digestive system may, reject the homogenization. If I get that long word right. Also, there is it could be, and you could do the research. It's called a beta casein. It's something found in milk naturally. And it's called, if it's A2A2, then anyone who is lactose intolerant can digest the milk, as long as it comes from cattle that have been ID'd as A2 cattle. You basically take a DNA test of them.
Wow.
And actually we do, we sell product, that does create A2, A2 animals for that. So it's probably a combination of both, but you're not the first person I ever heard that can drink raw milk, let's call it, versus store brand. And anyway, you can get milk, we need you. I can tell you that.
Would you say that the population is not drinking milk as much as they used to?
They're consuming it in other ways. Fluid milk, no, but I mean, I think yogurt is absolutely, exploded. Obviously, ice cream. I mean, unless your area is different than mine, you drive down the street and every, farm or farm store has ice cream out front, and it's always ridiculously good.
Yeah.
So dairy products are up while fluid straight milk is probably down. So,
Oh,
in the end, it balances out, but yeah, we still need everybody we can get.
all right.
All right, very good. So tell me, guys. So now that you both have experienced this travel. So Wendy, you were doing international travel. Jake, you're doing travel now.
Yep,
Uh,
domestic.
so what do you have to share with younger couples? Because a lot of young people, when they get their first jobs, they want to travel. I mean, I did. I wanted that job because it sounds cushy to be traveling and staying at a hotel and going from one state or country to another. But when you start a family, did you guys like take the time to think this through, or did it just happen for you and you learned it along the way?
Well, so we were, we were close to late 20s when we met. And so we both had a lot of single life before we met, and we both traveled a bunch as part of our jobs. And so when we got married, I would say for anybody that thinks that's interesting and fun, do it while you can before you have kids, and enjoy it. And if you can do extra things, do the extra things, because, there is an absolute benefit to that. I mean, I went to a lot of places in the world. My son asked me today, actually, how many countries I've been to, and I think it's 16. And probably 10 of those are from the job that I had.
Right.
And I'm very grateful for those experiences. And so it was definitely fun while it lasted. But once we had kids and when we moved, and I was kind of nearing that point of not really loving it anymore. And when I took a global job, I said to Jake, I said, I'll do the global travel and the international travel until it becomes a drag and until it starts to not be fun anymore. And then I'm going to figure something else out, because, there came a point when, I was going to Europe 6 or 8 times a year, but it was literally fly over there, see a hotel room, see a meeting room, come home exhausted, get over jet lag, and jump straight back into mom mode. So there was a point when it was no longer beneficial for anybody. And so I'm grateful that I was able to try something different. But I learned a lot in the meantime, and it was a great experience for me while I could do it. And then I stopped when it wasn't fun anymore.
So this is not working.
Yeah. I mean, I would echo when we were dating and first getting married, the nice thing is, I kind of create my own schedule as in my position. So she would say, okay, well, I got to go these weeks. I'm like, great. I'm going to also, go these weeks. So, before children, we were, maybe that's what I would encourage young couples. If one of you has that freedom, do the work travel if you're both traveling at the same time. So then you're both home at the same time, to keep dating each other as a married couple. And then of course with children, yes. Do I find myself, is it harder every year? It gets harder to fire back up, from a winter break and do travel again. It does. But I always say the best and worst part of my job is time with the customers face to face. So it's, the loneliness of the hotel. Having a steak dinner was fun when I was in my 20s, and, it was on the company. And, now you're just, you do your work and want to come home to your family.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you guys saying about how to balance that out, because even though we don't travel, we do have a child with special needs. So it was important to us that one of us not have a conventional job, because someone needed to be available for the nuances of having a child with special needs. And so it is important that couples learn to look at that, talk it out, maybe experiment, see how you can work it. But we had to make that decision that one of us had to decide, we can't have a conventional job. Somebody had to be close to home.
Yeah. So I had more of an entrepreneurial type situation. I was either driving for Lyft, Uber, or DoorDash or whatever. So I could just do that whenever, right? So I could take my daughter to appointments or take her to day program or whatever, and not interfere with the flow of the income.
Well, and I think I'm grateful that Wendy did that, because you didn't realize it at the time with our oldest, who was in full-time daycare. So we both could work.
Yeah.
But with our youngest, we got more time with him before he started school.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he didn't have to go full-time. He could go to, preschool for most of the day, 4 days a week. And so I feel like we were able to have, because of Wendy's choice, more time as our younger son before he went to,
Right.
school, before he got on the bus.
All right.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say it all coincided with me being in a very, like, a place in my job where I'm going, okay, I know I'm done with the travel, but I didn't know what else I was going to do. And I was feeling very lost with where do I go next? Because I didn't want to just keep climbing the corporate ladder in the direction I was going. So all I knew is that I didn't want to keep doing what I was doing. And my kind of left turn into entrepreneurship was just one of those things that I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll try this. And, the first couple of years were not easy from a business perspective at all. And I was really finding myself in shifting and navigating that part of owning your own business. But I always said to Jake, we will never regret this as far as our son and our kids, because I know that it's the best thing for them. And, I know that they need to be able to have a summer where they can stay in their pajamas till noon and whatever, and not be at a daycare facility, all day, every day. So even though it was hard for me at times, for sure, it was definitely the right thing for them. And I know that we'll never look back and say, oh, I wish we would have done something different just because I could have made more money or whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, they're going to remember those times far greater than, they're going to remember the times you guys are together, even if it's just going for ice cream or whatever, something simple as that, that's way more important for sure.
Well, the breaking point for me really was one time Toby asked us, and I guess he would have been in kindergarten, and he said, Mom, when do I ever get a break from school? And I think I was already kind of like leaning that way, but that was it. That was like the point where I said, all right, this is when I'm leaving my job. It's when he's done with kindergarten, because I'm not sending him back to full-time daycare. We're going to figure out how to make this work. They can do some camps and things or whatever, but he needs to be able to be home and be a kid and not be, shipped off to somewhere every single morning by a certain time just so that I can, clock in at that point. And it was because I was already at the point where I was, like, okay, this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to make a shift. But I agree. Yeah. It's been a blessing for us to be able to be flexible in that way, and for me to be able to say, okay, I can work my schedule around whatever we need for the family.
Yeah. And there's some programs that are really good and stuff. And sometimes our kids really enjoy them. Like our daughter, she has special needs. So she goes to a day program. And it took us years to find this particular day program, and she just absolutely loves it.
That's awesome.
To when if we're going out of town, she'll say, "Okay, but I'm going to day program tomorrow." Like, no, we're out.
Yeah. I said we do camps with the boys, and I mean, it's nice. We get the variant in the summer, and they absolutely love it. They're there for like a week, and they just they're ready to go. They love it.
So now tell us, Wendy, we're going to transition now, because I want to know, how did you come to the point deciding the area that you have decided to go into for entrepreneurship?
Yeah.
How did you get there?
Well, looking back, we just know this is how God works, right? So it was literally, I literally just thought I needed to lose some weight after my second pregnancy. I was not taking care of myself, and Jake was eating a lot of sympathy ice cream and pizza with me. So we were both at
the guys at the pizza shop, actually, when you called in, knew what you were ordering. So you hit that level.
Like, oh, Jake, how you doing today?
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, they having that stromboli. Yeah, the same one. Yeah. Yep.
So I was just looking to lose some weight, and I had absolutely nothing to do. I thought that my career path was a completely separate thing at the time. And so I lost about 50 pounds. Jake was, he was supportive, but he had to do it his own way. Of course, he couldn't like completely jump on board with me, but through all of that, we really improved our physical health. And as part of that, it was a real awakening for me once I finally decided to do the things as far as like supporting the personal development that came along with the program.
Yeah.
And through that, I realized, oh boy, I'm not taking care of myself at all mentally. It's not just a physical thing. There's a whole bunch of things happening here that I knew that I needed to improve so that I could be my best self for everybody. So I thought that it was my job over here and my physical health, but it turns out that it was a whole picture of me feeling like I needed a little bit of different direction in my life.
Yeah.
And I absolutely had no intention of coaching other people. I kept telling my coaches, no, I'm not going to do that. And then I met my goal weight and I posted on Facebook because I was just excited. And then all these people said, well, what are you doing? Because I need to do that too. So I told Jake, I said, well, maybe I'll try this. I'll see if I could coach some other people. These are my friends that are reaching out. So it'd be a good way to reconnect with them. And maybe this can help me, give me something to do while I figure out what I'm going to do with my job, is what I told him. So it felt like it was completely unrelated. But then I realized the more I was helping people in this, health journey, the more I realized there was a lot of other people like me, especially women, who were taking care of everybody else, doing all the things they thought they were supposed to do in life, but not really taking care of themselves or living with life with a whole lot of real intention. And I started to get a lot more passionate about helping women get unstuck from that place. And, really our business now in its current form has evolved from where I started, but it all comes back to the idea of, when we start to take care of our bodies, then our minds start to transform, and then our life can really take off because we're taking care and we're feeding our soul in those ways that really matter. And then it opens up some more capacity for us to be able to be our best selves for the rest of the people and places in our lives.
Okay. When we come back, we're going to delve into that a little bit more. We're going to pull up your website to your business. You can tell us about that. You are watching I Am Love Builder Show with Casper and Cheryl. We'll be right back in just a moment.
The future of payments has arrived. Every day, millions of business owners work hard to earn every dollar. But before that money ever reaches their account, someone else takes a percentage of every sale. For years, businesses have been told that's simply the cost of doing business. We don't believe it has to be. Every swipe, every tap, every transaction, the fees add up. Thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars disappear every year through processing fees. Then come delayed settlements, chargebacks, complicated statements, hidden costs. And worst of all, you still don't truly control your own money. There has to be a better way. Meet NectarPay, a modern crypto payment platform built for businesses that believe they should keep more of what they earn. No middlemen, no custodial wallets, no unnecessary complexity. Just fast, secure crypto payments sent directly to your own wallet. Because it's your business, your money, your choice. Accept crypto. Get paid instantly. Keep more. It's that simple. With NectarPay, you keep every penny with zero transaction fees on eligible crypto payments. Payments are sent directly to your own wallet, giving you complete control of your funds from the moment they're received. Accept Bitcoin, Texitcoin, popular stablecoins, and the next generation of digital currencies. Your customers simply tap, scan, or pay. No complicated setup, no confusing process. Just a payment experience that's fast, familiar, and secure.
All right, we are back with the I Am Love Builder Show with Casper and Cheryl, and our special MVP guests in studio with us, Jake and Wendy. And we were just starting to talk about your health and wellness business. Uplevelwellness.org is the website, and I'm going to try to pull that up as you tell us some more about that.
Excellent. So my journey into entrepreneurship really started with coaching through a weight loss program. And it was great. It really helped me a lot. It helped both of us, lose over 100 pounds together, and learn a lot about, connecting our physical health, and helped us a lot as far as our own journey. But I also knew that I wanted to work with people in some different ways. And I felt called to build a team. And I really wanted to use the business and marketing and strategy skills that I had from my previous career to also bring in a place for health and wellness coaches to be able to operate and have a team together where we could collaborate together. Because I knew that if we were working together for the collective good, that we would be better off than everybody doing it themselves. So that's where the business in its current form came from. It's called Up Level Wellness, like you mentioned. And you can see here that I have a team of coaches who all have a little bit different specialty, but we all really love to help people who are ready to create real lasting change in their health. They're ready to stop starting over with a new plan every Monday, ready to kind of get off of the rat race of always feeling like you're doing something new. And ready to just say, okay, I want the lasting change. A big part of my journey was all about my identity and how I saw myself and the evolution of that in my own mind. And so everything that we do really focuses on that inside out transformation, and doing some of the work that it takes in order to create the sustainable change that we all really want in the end.
Great. So tell us, how do you get started, Wendy? If someone's listening and they will think, that's interesting, how do I do that?
Absolutely. So the first thing that we love to do is talk with somebody, learn about them and where they are in their journey and what exactly they're looking to accomplish, what their goals are. Like I mentioned, because we do have a team of coaches with different specialties, then we can connect them with the right person. We've got Michelle, who has a lot of different specialties. She's a bodybuilder herself. She's a GLP-1 specialist. She's a personal trainer. She's a nutrition coach. So she has some specialties as far as working with people in that way. We have another woman named Ray in Arizona that is more of a whole health coach. And so she can help people if there's somebody that says, I just don't even really know where to start. I'm too overwhelmed by all of it. I need somebody to hold my hand. Ray's really wonderful with those types of people. So, we can help people lose weight. We can help people with personal training. We can help people with, maybe they've lost weight on a GLP and they want to create the sustainability. Wherever they're coming from, it's going to come down to how do they see themselves in this area of their life? Are they really building habits that are sustainable with the life that they actually live? And then we also really help them to work through, calming their nervous system and making sure that their body feels safe to really be able to create that change. So we meet them where they are, and then we can, pick a place to say, okay, we think this is the best place to start.
So Cheryl and I have been into nutritional supplements for years and years. And a lot of times people, I don't know, it seems like they're almost afraid of it or I shouldn't say afraid. It seems like they ignore the fact that they're not healthy, right? They just go about their day and, next thing you know, they're 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight or whatever, right? And it's okay, now what do I do? But now I see these pills that like, what is it, Ozempic or something? And I'm like, it didn't start out as a weight loss thing, but they found out when people were taking that they were losing weight. And now it's turned into this thing, oh, you just take a pill or take a shot even, they're taking shots to lose weight. Yeah. And I'm like, that doesn't seem healthy to me.
I would say not only don't think it's healthy, but it's not well-rounded.
Yeah.
It's easy to take a pill or a shot, but you still haven't gotten to the core, the root of the issue. Would you agree?
That's exactly right. And, for some people, it is a helpful tool. And for some people, it really can help them, quiet that food noise, quiet those cravings. But they still have to do the work that they've been avoiding. And it doesn't, yes, it might create a shortcut physically to get them to their goal. But if they don't address what you said, the root cause of why did I gain the weight or why did I have these habits, it's not going to address it long term. A mentor of mine told me she works on identity work a lot, and she uses this example in her work. And she says, somebody can lose weight, but they won't keep it off if they remain the same person who gained it.
Right.
And that was a big aha for me, and really what helped clarify a lot of what we do with people around their identity. Because if they still see themselves as that person who gained the weight or who was 50 pounds or 80 pounds heavier, even if they didn't like that person, they're actually more comfortable as that person than they are, 50 or 80 pounds lighter. So if they use the shot or the, GLPs to shortcut the physical part of it, and they don't make the little iterations of changes along the way for the mental part, then it's most likely just going to come back, because they're going to revert straight back to that person who before they started taking the shot. And so those are the people that we love to work with, are the ones that realize, okay, I have to dig in and I have to do more here, because it's not really going to be sustainable long term if I don't create some of that inside out transformation in my life.
Absolutely.
We
need to take a quick break.
A break. Okay.
We'll take a quick break, and we come back. We'll finish up with this awesome discussion. You're watching I Am Love Builder Show with Casper and Cheryl. We'll be right back in just a quick moment.
Business owners and entrepreneurs will place a proven executive assistant VA for just $4 to $8 an hour, and if they don't perform, you don't pay. Imagine freeing up 20 plus hours a week by someone handling your most time-consuming tasks like admin work, managing emails, scheduling meetings, and so much more. This one hire could transform your productivity and give you back the time you need to focus on growing your business. At Sphere Rocket VA, we make this possible in as little as 7 days. We'll place a proven executive assistant VA in your business for just $4 to $8 an hour, and your VA will take over day-to-day administrative tasks, help manage your email and calendar, follow up with past clients, giving you back 20 plus hours a week so you can increase your sales and even enjoy more personal time.
All right. Sorry they got cut off, but I actually totally agree with having a virtual assistant because a couple months ago I bit the bullet and got one, and now I'm like, why did I not do this like years ago? I'm like, oh my God, So I'm happy to spend the money every month, because it's definitely worth it. Anyway, so guys, when it comes to you have a question.
I did have a question. So I was going to say, first of all, I wanted to make a statement in regards to coaching, because we do it too. And what I have found, because of the area that we work in, and I believe after speaking to other coaches, it's all the way around. There's a certain, I don't want to use the word maybe fear, but a certain hesitancy of people to step into getting a coach because they don't want to be vulnerable. And in health and nutrition, I find that even more so.
100%. And the number of people that we talk to that say, I know what I need to do, I just need to do it.
Right.
You say, you're right. We all do. We all know that, to eat in moderation and move our bodies and drink water and go to sleep and all these things. But that doesn't mean that we do it every single day perfectly. And not that we're asking anybody to be perfect, but sometimes you just need somebody else to be there with you who is going to help you take that first step, and then another little step and another little step, and be there to guide you along the way and be your accountability buddy. It's important. And sometimes you just need that person. The number of times that I get on the phone with somebody, a client, and they say, I was going to eat that thing, but I knew I'd have to tell you that I did it if I was going to, so I didn't eat it anymore.
Yeah.
But, and community is huge. Community matters. And, you said something about how people just kind of wake up and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, where did this 40 pounds come from? Well, unfortunately, we live in a very physically unhealthy world, and probably
No
mentally
doubt.
unhealthy too.
No
And
doubt.
the norm is not necessarily the thing that is healthiest for us. So if we're not living with intention or in any area of our life, then we're going to drift to the negative. And so unless you're really able to say, okay, I want to make this change, I need somebody to help me with the accountability, and I need to surround myself with people who are doing the same type of thing, because chances are the people in your normal world might not necessarily have those habits, and you might need to take yourself out of your day-to-day environment and be around other people who are working on the same thing, so that you are able to have that, strength internally to make the right decisions, because you can't necessarily expect to be in your old environment with your same community, and then all of a sudden tomorrow you're going to wake up and everything's different. It just doesn't.
Right. I know when we're coaching couples on the marriage side of things, I was just telling Cheryl just the other day that 100% of couples that follow our advice have a happy, healthy marriage. But the challenge is they still get in the way of that relationship because they don't want to follow our advice, because they're so stuck in their routines and the selfishness and unforgiveness and all these things. So it really requires them to make that decision. We are going to have this, we're going to be have a better relationship and so forth, for it to work. And I'm sure it's probably similar in your case. They have to choose, all right, I'm going to change my routine. I'm going to change my habits, eating habits and everything else, and potentially even change who I'm hanging around, right? Because if you're trying to eat healthy, for example, but all your friends are not, that's that's difficult.
It is, and I will say that I was very fortunate, because even though Jake didn't fully jump on board with what I was doing at the very beginning of this, he said, "I'll be supportive, and we'll do dinner however you need to do this." And it was hugely helpful. It was hugely helpful that he was supportive, and we were able to make these changes in our home. And really, what's happened along the way, and I'm sure you all see this with your clients a lot, is through that journey, we have both grown immensely, both individually and as a couple, because once we were in that bettering ourselves kind of personal development space of, okay, we're trying to do a better job at life, then it just then started to ebb and flow, between us. And that made a huge difference, because obviously it's much harder if one person's really trying to grow and the other isn't. So I'm very thankful that he was open to, okay, sure, I'll try that with you in some form.
I mean, eating cooked cauliflower, that was a big step for all men out there. I'm sure of it. I speak for all of us. I mean, but I would tell you, I think as a guy, we're not the ones that normally bring in, the health change. I was 60 pounds heavier before doing anything. And, I miss ice cream every night, but that's not really sustainable. But I think through it, even your male friends, now I'm the guy, we go out for wings. They know I'm the guy who's going to order wings and a salad instead of the fries. But, they used to rib me, and now they know what I'm going to get. And even though the last time I took a guys' weekend, they all went home and their wives were all mad at me because I made this special cauliflower that everybody wanted to eat, and they needed my recipe to feed their husbands now. So, and you just become if you're upfront about it, we become at our family gatherings. Everybody knows we're going to bring this unique vegetable, and everyone loves it. They just don't think, when you think of a side item at Thanksgiving, you think of potatoes and stuffing. You don't think of a vegetable. And so, we're now those people, and then people enjoy having those people in the family.
Yeah. Now, are you guys vegans as well, or
oh no.
All right,
give me the meat.
I was gonna have to cut this broadcast short.
give me the meat, all of it.
Okay.
All of it, especially the seafood.
Yeah. Hey, we only have about a minute or so left. What do you want to leave the audience with as far as this health and wellness industry that you're in.
as well as up level wellness coaching.
Yeah.
What do they need to know? How do they reach you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you
so
want
so
them
our website is on the screen there, so it's uplevelwellness.org. You can find me on Facebook as well. And what I would say is if you're in that place of I really want to create change, I'm tired of feeling like I'm starting over all the time. If you're really at that place of I'm ready to make this the last time that I start something new, we would love to connect with you, and just know that we're likely going to start with one small change at a time. And maybe that one thing is just drinking some more water or going to bed a little bit earlier. We're not necessarily going to overhaul your life all at one time, because it doesn't work, and change doesn't work that way. So if you're ready to dig in and, do some of the inside out transformation to really create the lasting change, that we would love to connect with you. And we have lots of different coaches and people who can meet you wherever you are and help provide you whatever kind of support you need.
And that's anywhere across the country, or even in different countries, or?
Yep. So everything we're doing right now is virtual. We are working on some in-person events, but yes, we can work with people anywhere. And we do have people spread out across the United States. So, and I'm pretty sure Michelle speaks Spanish too. So if we need, some non-English speakers, we can do that.
All right.
Very good.
That is awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us today on the show. It's been very informative, and yeah, Cheryl and I, like I said, have been into nutrition for a long time. So everything you're saying just resonates with us, obviously, right? So
absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us on.
You're very welcome. Hey, folks, Cheryl and I want you to become love builders. We have a lot of things in our resume, Guinness Book World Record holders and authors and speakers and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, it's about love. The more love we can build and share out there, the better the world is going to be. So we want you to become love builders, and it's really, really simple. All you have to do is go to IamLoveBuilders.net and click on the button that says take the pledge. It takes less than a minute, really, and you click those boxes. You do not have to get on our mailing list. You can just click the boxes to become a love builder, and you're in. You're in, right? And at the end of the day, if you're not having fun,
you're not doing it right.
We will see you guys on the next show. Bye-bye.